E-Town City Council. Well,
Well,
before that, you didn't say October 13th. You were playing last meetings.
in the air.
Did you
4 years out of the
SB?
Mhm. But I work with guys that shot one time a year. One time a year. Because they work in CE and they go to red hats and they get
That's
done.
what we did, yeah.
Yeah, they go to gun and they sit there and they shoot once a year and they go put their gun up. Is that the individual that we want? Is that the veteran that we want? And look, no one really has anything for veterans, from veterans to veterans. But I think when we look at who we put inside schools for security, I don't take the detectives that kind of, I don't take the sergeants that are process. And we have a process through all of this and monitor. I make sure on every decision on every SRO that we do, every one of them. And it's not that I have, I'm a micromanager.
Well, that one at DCTC is kind of shady.
But we're looking for the second one up there. I've met with Brett a couple times, but the way they want that contract done, instead of prefer to have someone that comes in as a retired.
See if that did it.
So how did, when were you in?
May not look it up on this. See if you can pull it up on yours. All I do is just go to your website. I just type in E-Town City and it pops up. E-Town City Government or City Hall. Way down. Right there. Still says it's waiting. That means it won't start till 5 p.m. It's 5:15, so it should have went. Let's hit the stream button. It says it's trying to stream to it though.
He looked like a short version of him, short stop. That's what he looked like. But it's nice to meet him. My first one, they almost a kid. I said that. The site started off with missiles, and then we switched to a bomber wing. While I was there, it was during the drawdown treaty, so we had 150 men into ICBMs, and we got rid of all those, and the stealth team, the B-2s. That's where their home base for the stealth bombers is like. But I spent more time on Army bases, competition teams, contending warrior, peacekeeper challenge. So I traveled all around and did all those.
That's where, didn't Linsky's sister SB for that?
And she's out, Oregon or Washington. She's out west. She's west. She actually interned for us at KSD.
She was, you were retired or something. Getting close to retirement.
She's probably, yeah, I mean, I let them run. That's how I started. When I got here, Chief Lane, I'm not saying he was wrong and I'm right, but I came from a model where I ran all the details for state police, for the state fair. Folks and everything. I ran all those.
Where did that go up?
Well, the post commander is on paper overseas, and the operations lieutenant is the one that kind of runs the details around it. There were a couple times when we didn't have post commander, he had for retirements, and I was the operations lieutenant, so. One year we arrested a bunch of people with hamburgers, and paperwork called me to the fit, and they said, why are you arresting people? And I said, because it's this and this. And he said, well, that's a lot of publicity. And I said, I guess y'all should put that down there. Yeah, that's like
Yeah, that's him. I did.
But that's what I see. But then when you go to, well, you called me when you were out there.
Yeah, and so, and I was asking him a question, sergeant. I don't make it felt comfortable with me asking.
Well, they can't right now because they're a state agency.
It's streaming off of it.
Prohibited from talking because they're.
So that doesn't.
need directions. I know where I'm at. Come on, man.
So I went and met with him at Route 2.
There.
Oh, that's why. That's why. I live it.
It shows it's up. See, shows it up. Easy way to find out is, oops, nope, gotta make it dark. Actually gotta make a change.
I might know his name and I might not.
Three.
If I got a whole bunch of them since I've been. It's because the median age of our officer is 15. I know.
See if it'll, usually takes about anywhere from 30 seconds to, there it is. So it's live. I guess it just doesn't like going through your actual website.
I've hired, just since I've been there, we had one from 21 in the academy, which is the absolute youngest student in the class. I say, oh, he's 21, we're correct. He's 21 in the academy. But there's 2 or 3 of them, they were just barely 20.
Did y'all get the Guardian as a web filter or your firewall?
No, but
We did. With the school system, it's messed up a lot of stuff.
so it's, yeah.
Well, it's a beneficial change.
Kids I coached in high school, you know, I coached up North Carolina all the years, when you and I first met.
Because my daughter played volleyball for us.
And there were 3 officers that I coached in high school.
Well, at least we're live, so we're good.
Okay. You ready, Ron? Need a motion and a second to open meeting, please?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Very good. So, Judge Howard, can you read municipal order number 63-2025, municipal order of the city of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, authorizing the purchase of property at Hayden School Road? If I can get a motion and a second to read, please.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Judge Howard.
At a special meeting of the City Council held on the date set out below, after first being read, a motion to adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Whereas the city has for many years worked toward the development of the local airport and local industrial jobs. And whereas through property acquisition efforts, the city desires to assist the local airport and industry in their expansion. And whereas the city has offered to purchase property at Hayden School Road for the potential for the creation of future expansion of the airport and industrial park, and the owner of said property are willing to sell. Now be it ordered by the Elizabethtown City Council that the city purchase approximately 222.378 acres of property located at Hayden School Road. These are PVA numbers 167-000-014.01, 167-000-013, 167-000-012, 167-000-000-008.02, and 147-30.01-058.01 from the estate of Mary Alice Hayden in the appraised value of $45,000 per acre. Be it further ordered, the mayor or his designee is authorized to sign all agreements, contracts, deeds, closing documents, and forms to perfect this order, including having a title report, soil boring evaluation, and Phase 1 environmental review to be completed for the property to be purchased. Read, adopted, and approved this 13th day of October.
Any discussion?
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. And so, if you can envision the way that the airport sits right now, if you go west from the end of the runway, this farm that we're talking about that Miss Mary Alice Hayden, we're gonna purchase from her estate, 222 acres, is going to, hopefully, if we can make things happen that we need to in Frankfurt and Washington, D.C., extend our runway from 6,000 feet, where it sits currently, to 7,800 feet. And Representative Bratcher is going to get up and talk to you in just a second and probably explain things a little better than I can, because he's got some background in aeronautics. So if you would, Representative Bratcher, talk a little bit about this project, what it can do for our community, what we've talked about for a long time now, and ways that we can look to fund it, and what it can look like when we're all done.
Well, first I want to applaud the City Council for their unanimous vote on this opportunity. This is a huge opportunity for it will impact not just the city, the county, and the region, but the entire, this section of the United States. So this is huge, and it's going to affect government, military, nonprofit, and put places on the path of sustainable growth for years to come. And so I applaud you all for what you're doing. And I especially want to advocate and support for our community, but especially for this project. And I know that there will be other legislators that will support me in advocating for this growth. And I will continue to go to Frankfurt and try to gain a lot of support for this. So it's very exciting. I think the best days are to come for our community. But just if you think about the runway now and the length of the runway, 7,800 square feet. I mean, 5,280 feet is a mile, right? So you have a mile and a half of runway. You can land C-17s there. You can land pretty much anything you want in that runway. It will allow opportunity for growth for, we have been talking to some smaller business opportunities that are in the aviation, that do aviation maintenance things on helicopters, that are interested in coming here, but they weren't interested in coming here without the expansion of the runway. We've been talking to the National Guard, the Reserve, and military, that we have an opportunity to put maybe deployment center out of that, since you can land now huge C-17 aircraft. So we've got private aviation that's looking at coming here. So if you can think about, we're just 40 miles from Louisville, or from the airport in Louisville. Anytime you have overflow from the airport due to the Derby or due to other things, then you have that opportunity as well. You have railway right at the end of the runway. You have runway, you got several interstates here in Fort Knox. The opportunities for this area are endless. You got 222 acres that you can have huge amounts of growth with. So I just want to applaud you all for doing that, and with being an Air Force Reserve or Air National Guard person and also having a private pilot's license, the importance of this is invaluable. Furthermore, we know that aviation and aerospace industry is the top #1 exporter in Kentucky. Surprisingly, aerospace is the top #1, with about $18 billion worth of goods being sold or being moved out of the state. So that's a huge opportunity too. And we also know that there's an Aero Act that we just passed last session, which gives scholarships and funding to people that are wanting to go in the aviation field, not just pilots, but also for maintainers as well. So I'm hoping that that provides some opportunity, and it's scholarships that will be a matching scholarship. So if a private industry gives a portion of money, then the state will match that money. So they're looking at putting $15 million into that account. It's matched by another 15. That'll be $30 million going into opportunities for training and education for aerospace. And I'm hoping that with this expansion and opportunities that we have here, that we can get some of that. So thank you all very much.
Well, thank you, sir. So it just covers a lot of things for us, and we think as we're growing, it is going to help us grow, and it is also going to make us sustainable for more growth in the future. When you talk about industry that flies in and out of our airport currently, it's going to allow them to continue to do that. But the most important component, in my opinion, is the relationship that we can build with Fort Knox and with our Air National Guard. It'll be a size, like he mentioned, that is fully deployable. I mean, we can deploy off of that runway if, God forbid, we ever need to do that. Whereas up in Fort Knox right now, they have some restrictions on their airport. It's Godman Field, and they're not able to deploy from there at all times. So this would be something that we can work on in conjunction with them to protect not only our city and our state, but also the country, because it'll give us those capabilities. But there's just a lot of upside and a lot of things that we'll be discussing in the future, but we're really excited to get this first step under our belt and to be able to purchase this property. And the Hayden family's been fabulous to work with. We really enjoyed getting to know them, and we really appreciate them giving us the opportunity to do this. The airport board, Carl Swope, has been the spearhead of this. He's done an excellent job in pointing us in the right direction and getting us on the path that we need to be. City government, the city council is fabulous as always. And then, of course, Senator Deneen and Representative Bratcher in the legislature, and then you go all the way up to Washington, D.C., where Senator McConnell and Congressman Guthrie have been great to work with on this project as well. So we think the sky's the limit. We're really excited to see where we can go, and it's just another way that the city of Elizabethtown, in my opinion, along with a lot of help from all of our partners, is leading the way. So it's exciting.
And as I sit on the airport board as the city liaison there, and so thank you all. Of course, I have a little bit of a background in aviation, so something I'm really excited about. And I know Mr. Ratcher mentioned the education part. And in our airport board meeting today, we brought up how many people start flying at E-Town, and how then they leave and they go to other places. And then sometimes they'll come back and do that flight training and all that. So they do have a flight training school there now. However, this would be a wonderful opportunity for that expansion, and then partnerships. EC3, a lot of people don't realize they have an aviation program there. So a lot of good opportunity that would create jobs for the future, educate, and then allow them to stay here. So I'm excited.
As Barney would say, big, Andy, big, big.
Big. It is. And if you take into consideration, I'm going to say this and then I'll quit, but if we don't do this, if we don't give ourselves the opportunity to expand this airport, and ends up that it doesn't come to fruition, we've got that property that we can make an industrial park and continue to add jobs to the city. But first shot needs to be this airport, and I'll tell you why. Because if we get 25, 30 years down the road and we think, man, we need a bigger airport because we've grown so much, and we've got to go somewhere else to a new green field and build an airport, you're looking at hundreds of millions of dollars. Whereas if we would make the move and do it right now, then we're set for eternity, almost. So, now's the time to make the move, now's the time to make the investment, and I applaud the council for another innovative approach to building our community, and appreciate all that you all do, and it's really exciting. And
You know, Mayor, since I'm an old guy in the room, Tony and Marty and Ed will remember when Willie came to the council and asked for $600,000 for ILS. And he said, we really need it, we really need it. And back then, a dozen years ago, that was a big step.
That was a major
So,
step.
you know, the council made that in the city, back the airport and did that. Of course, if you hadn't done that 12 months or 12 years ago, today wouldn't be happening. Because we would just be another average general aviation airport. But, so as Ken's dad used to say all the time, the city does better when we stretch. And I think today's another stretch. Wonder what'll happen 12 years from now.
Okay, anybody else? I need a motion and a second to adjourn, please.
Motion. Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you all. Good work.